Thank you, Moksha ji. Thank you, Sindhya ji. Thanks, Pedro. And now I would like to invite Dr. Bhavani to give the vote of thanks.
First, thank you, every one of you, for being here, participating in this thing, for coming from all over the country and the world to be here. So first, I would like to thank you all. And the next, I would, of course, like to thank Amma. She is given the vision of gender equality and women's empowerment. She's raised it to a completely different level. It's not about polity identity. It's not identity politics. It's about our true self and our essence, and to be able to understand what is happening in a social field, but based in that centeredness of the self, and that vision that she has given us about what really gender equality means is the balancing of the energies within us. We're all at times feminine, we're all at times masculine, and it's not about an identity. It is being complete and being balanced within us as a person. And I think that raises this entire conversation to an area. But at the same time, we work very hard and very sincerely at the grassroots level to make things happen, to make a better world for every one of us. And so that to have that understanding and to have that kind of vision permeate all the conversations that have happened here, always eternal thanks to Amma for that. And after that, of course, my co-coordinator, Meg, she's like the live wire over here. She could just like set the whole place on fire. She's like been such a strong support, helping us even understand what does exactly policy mean, how does it work, how do you get the word out, how do you get people, get them off their seats into action. Great people that we have worked with both as a part of the C20 and beyond. Let me thank all the dignitaries on stage first. Charu ma'am, who has shown us, really it was working with Charu ma'am that made us understand really the concept of burden of patriarchy. That compassion that comes through when we talk about gender equality, where it's not about men and women, but it's about us being together and to be able to move forward, and how important it is to have them in the conversation, coming from a place of compassion. And for a military officer and a police officer, she's also very compassionate. Here is a really well-balanced woman. So, thank you, Charu ma'am, and thank you for taking the time to be here. She's such an important, such a busy person, and thank you so much for being here. Adi, for flying all the way from Israel last minute, we said, please, you have to come. She is an incredible woman. When Israel as a country talks about its incredible women, she's on the top of their list. She's Adi. Adi means the first. Huh? She's Adi. And she continues to amaze not just her country, but all of us who've seen her work and how much she has done. She's recently also won an incredible award in France at the festival, at the Cannes Festival, for her work, which is like a great recognition of her work. So she continues to inspire the women in her country as she continues to inspire us. And even though we know that Israel is not a part of the G20, I hope you will take our recommendations back to your country as well. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you, Binny. Binny and I have to say, has from the very beginning, I think even from the first virtual meetings where things were not very smooth, somehow she has been an anchor of hope for us. I've always been able to, thank God Binny's on the call. No, it's a women's network and a women's support thing. She has always been there to help with the process, to help us form the groups, guiding us over the entire conversation, making extremely great comments and recommendations on the policy pack. And of course, being here and being a part of this thing. So always thank you, Binny, for all the support you've shown us. Yes. And Pedro, the only man on stage, but definitely not the only man in the movement. We hope you'll get a lot more men involved, especially in South America, when you take over the C20 next year. He has also been very involved from the very beginning as a part of the IAC International Advisory Committee for the C20. Sorry. They gave me the list of names on the phone. And the phone, one is I don't have my glasses, so I can't see the phone. That's another thing. But anyway, so thank you so much, Pedro, for being here. We also really hope that Alessandra will be here. So we really miss her, and in our hearts, we acknowledge that she is also present in our conversation. So thank you both, Alessandra and Pedro from Brazil, for being here in person and in spirit. Thank you. I would also like to, there's a huge support group from the SEISC. Ricardo Moro is here, Guillermina is over here. And I don't know if there's anybody else from the SEISC that my eyes don't kind of catch on, but they're right in front. So, oh yes, we have from Abong, Dr. Moto. Yes, Dr. Moto is here. He's also over here. He's going to be taking over the presidency along with Alessandra. So they're also here. Thank you so much for being here. We also have many members of our advisory board who are over here. Gopiji, who is over here, who's been both encouraging us and prodding us the whole way. Anytime we step out of line, he's like, whack, whack. But it's been such a good thing because we were able to do good work because of the level of scrutiny and his commitment to perfection helped us not be perfect, but try to aim for that. So thank you, Gopiji. Nayana ji over here, also a member of our advisory board from the beginning in our conversations, in our virtual meetings. She's been there to almost every virtual meeting that we have had. Nayana ma'am has been there. She's been also a very strong support. She was heading the largest women's CSO in India till just maybe a month ago, the Bharatiya Sri Shakti. So she's brought all the voices of the grassroots level women to the table. So very grateful for that, and also connecting us with many, many CSOs in the conversation. Thank you, Naina. Naina ji was also a member of our advisory board. Also members of our, SEISC is also Naila Didi, also member of advisory board, and SEISC is Naila Didi. Naila Didi is from Bangladesh. She was working with Professor Yunus when he first started with Grameen Bank, and so she's worked on women's empowerment, grassroots level, women entrepreneurship. The whole life has been dedicated towards women empowerment. She has been a very strong supporter of the process. She's brought some amazing CSOs to the table, and also her entire commitment to this process. She's been to all our major meetings, very strong support. Thank you so much, Naila Didi, for being here. And Bangladesh is one of the invited C20 countries for this year. So thank you for being here on behalf of the US and from Bangladesh. Thank you. And we have Ella next to her. She's from UN Women. She heads partnership and in UN Women for both Europe and Central Asia. So a huge responsibility. Ella has been at the forefront at both the war in the Ukraine as well as the relief efforts in Turkey. She's based in Istanbul, so she has been fighting many battles on keeping women safe over the last couple of years. In spite of that, she's found time to be here with us and also supported the conversation throughout. She's also, I think, spearheading this thing what Amma has given. There's a donation of to create safe women's spaces of 100,000 euros, and as a part of the C20 also, so that Ella is also going to be spearheading. Thank you, Ella, for being here. We also have other members of our International Advisory Board for the Gender Equality, Swamini Amrita Jyoti, She's completely firebrand. She's wearing the right colors also, but she's total champion of women's empowerment. Recently, she actually led the entire Prithur Home. So, I don't know, to those of you who don't understand, we also have an ancestor worship in a thing. So there's one day that is dedicated to the worship of ancestors, and typically that particular worship is done by men. But she, as a woman and a Western woman, led the entire one, the Homa for the Pitrubali. We have, never give me the thank you because it'll go on from person to person and it'll just take the whole time. I don't know how we're doing on time. We're doing okay on time, thank you. And then of course we have the advisory board. I think Dhamrita Swami was sitting somewhere behind, he just slunk away. But he was there till very recently. Again, so these are all members of our advisory board. They kept giving us, connecting us with the right kind of people, encouraging us, guiding us on what kind of, how we should move forward every time we got stuck. So they were such a support for us throughout the way. I should look at, we also had Snehama, Karen Mawad, who was, I don't see, she was somewhere here also. She was also part of our advisory board, again, bringing amazing people to the table. Andy and Sarthak, I know they're completely associated with the health working group, but at the same time, they did give a lot of support to the gender equality working group. We have the AHF group over here with Guillermina, with, Andy is over there, perfect. Andy is also a member of our advisory board and the International Advisory Committee. And then we have the AHF, Elizabeth and Sam, again, and Manvendra ji, who are also very supportive of the entire C20 process over here. We have also Harsh ji, who quietly behind in the guideline, behind the scenes were also helping us and guiding us, connecting us to right partners. We also have really special thanks for a very important person who's made it all the way to be here is Surendran sir. He's from the Labour 20. They have one entire section dedicated to women and work in the recommendations that are coming up from Labour 20, and that we are super excited about what they are coming up with. They're also one of the most active engagement groups of the G20 engagement groups who really try to find out what the C20 is doing in terms of gender so that they can, that